Michael Bloomberg is at it again. He's trying to play our father. He didn't give birth to us, but he's still trying to play our father. He's standing there and telling people that you can't have a drink larger than a 16-ounce cup. And now he's talking about every restaurant, every supermarket, every gas station. Just about any place you go shopping, you're not going to find a cup larger than 16 ounce. Let me tell you how this one's going to go. First of all, do you have any idea the economic impact that you're going to have? Shoot, you're going to tell companies like Coca-Cola, Pepsi-Cola, anybody that manufactures a soft drink, that when people go into those stores, that they can't get their 20-ounce bottles. So all these bottling companies are going to have to make 16-ounce bottles to replace the 20-ounce bottles that you've banned. You won't have 2 liters in the supermarkets anymore, so all those are going to be wiped out too. And do you realize how many restaurants and gas stations are going to have to reformat their cups so that they can conform to that 16-ounce size? And do you know who they're going to pass the cost of that on to? They're not going to absorb that cost. They're going to pass it on to their consumers. Now, do you know what the response of the consumers is going to be? Here's what they're going to do. They're actually going to either make cups, or they're going to have cups from long ago that they're going to keep, they're going to hold them as little treasures. These are the 33 and 44 ounce cups, and they're going to put them in their cars. And when they buy their 16-ounce drinks, they're going to take all those 16-ounce drinks, they're going to pour them in the 42 to 44-ounce cups, seal the lid, and that's how they're going to drink it. And what you're going to do is you're going to cost restaurants on a second level, because people are not going to eat inside the restaurants anymore. They'll get takeout all the time. That's right. They'll keep drinking it in their houses despite you. Now, this isn't about alcohol or tobacco or any kind of intoxicating substance in which when you ingest it in your body, you could potentially harm somebody afterwards. We're talking about soda pop. The only person that gets hurt on something like that is the person himself. Now, if they want to do something like, as stupid as it is, if they want to do something like that, that's their choice. Let me tell you something. That's the equivalent of telling all your New Yorkers you can't smoke anymore, or you can't consume alcohol anymore. You saw what happened with Prohibition. That didn't work out too good. So now you're going to do this with soft drinks? This is going to be the prohibition of soft drinks? Yeah, this ain't going to work out too good. I promise you that. The economic impact alone is going to be just horrendous. And like I said, the consumers will bypass your law. It's just like when they passed all these laws. I agreed with this when they said family-friendly restaurants cannot have smokers in them anymore. I agreed with that. But when they were standing there and telling bars where only adults go that they couldn't smoke in the bars anymore, I didn't agree with that. That's ridiculous. I didn't agree with that whatsoever. And I'm a non-smoker, and I don't like people smoking. But on the other hand, I feel they do have a right to smoke in a bar. It's an adult bar. Kids aren't going to be there, and they're not going to get harmed. But once again, our politicians played parent on us, and that's what we ended up with. This is not socialism here. This is not communism here. This is a democracy. We are a republic, and we need to start acting like it. Now, if you wanted to pass a law where minors couldn't get a hold of a soft drink larger than the 16 ounce, I'd agree with that. If you want to solve obesity that way, that's fine. Teach it to the future generations. We're the adults here. We're the tax-paying adults, and we don't like being treated like little children. If you really want to solve the obesity problem, why don't you deal with the restaurants that serve hamburgers the size of suitcases? If you really want to solve the obesity problem, why don't you go to the store and buy a box of Jimmy Dean's breakfast bowls? Buy a Jimmy Dean breakfast bowl, get a hold of the box, and look at the nutritional facts. I think you'll find that to be very interesting. If you really want to solve the obesity problem, why don't you buy some TV dinners and look at their nutritional facts? That's how you solve the problem. Don't stand there and tell us what we can or cannot drink as long as what we're consuming doesn't hurt anybody but ourselves. We're grown adults. We can make our own decisions. Thank you very much. We don't need you to be our parent. And for those of you in the rest of the country, let me get this clear to you. If it happens in New York City, eventually it's going to happen in the whole United States. I guarantee it. So it's time to stand up, be counted, and say, Michael Bloomberg, get out of our houses. You don't belong here. That's all I've got to say. I'll tell you more in a future video, so stay tuned.